It's the 5th of January and there is still no defender in La Continassa. Instead, in the J Medical this morning, there will be Chico Conceicao. Total disaster. Because I asked Giuntoli 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year, and I wanted the defender to do the test so that he could aggregate the team as soon as possible, especially for the Derby della Mole that will play on the 11th. And at the moment, there is no sign of a defender. I will give you a big Mercato update about defenders, but also because there is a new rumor, Dusan Vlahovic not only on the exit for next year, but Dusan Vlahovic already possibly in the exit transfer market already in January. So it will be a bomba video with a lot of Mercato news. If you want and if you have a bit of patience, at the end of the video I will take the camera and maybe I will do a round just to show you the reception and also the football bar that is there, that is really beautiful. So if you have a second at the end, stay with me. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Of course, we start with the usual ones, maximum of like if you didn't yet, continue to subscribe. Still in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm extremely fortunate because my brother Habibi Ibrahim, he fixed the final tickets, so I will be able to go again to the stadium. 3 games in a week is just crazy. Of course, it's a nightmare because one of the teams that I don't like, Inter or Milan, they will lift the trophy and I will watch that live. Would have preferred that it was Juve, but it is what it is. So the team receives 2 days off. Today, tomorrow, they're already in Torino. Tuesday, we start again. Today, Conceicao will be there in the J Medical to do the test. He went out of the field in Riyadh in tears. Of course, you are thinking of the worst. How long will he miss? There is some optimism, they are telling us, even if I don't trust the word optimism. Otherwise, Milik would have probably already scored 10 goals this season if we believed the optimism. So optimism is saying maybe 1 week, but pay attention, because in January, 1 week means 3 games. And that's a huge problem. So in the best case scenario, 1 week, you miss 3 games. That's a real disaster. If it's worse, you can miss the entire January. That is really decisive because you know it's Serie A that we are playing. Qualification to top 4. It is also the next round of Champions League. We're still having 2 games without Mercato players that will join, because that's impossible. The lists are done for the first round, so no extra player will be able to play against Bruges or Benfica. So there will be a new idea of Thiago Motta. He will need to think about, you know, that in a lot of situations where we were in difficulty, the ball was going toward Chico and then he would solve it. This time we will need to invent something. Could it be against Yildiz on the right side with Nico as a number 10? Could it be Nico on the right side with Yildiz on the left, with Bangola play more than 60 minutes if he's doing well? Let's see, but Thiago Motta will need to find something. Look, versus Torino there is already one certainty next to Conceicao is that Locatelli will not play. And that's where the big questions will come. Koopmeiners, will he play against Torino there next to Thuram, or will it be Fagioli? I really don't know what to expect. We would love to see Koopmeiners there, but then the big question is, what if he's doing well? What do we do then in the future? You play him there, you sacrifice Thuram, you sacrifice Locatelli, that became the new captain of the team, who plays as a number 10 with continuity, because Nico Gonzalez without at the moment, it's not the king of continuity. So there is a lot of things to think about. We are the 5th, we play the 11th, and then we go. But in these days, it will be fundamental for Thiago to really find out a few extra alternative solutions. But before we enter the details about Mercato, I really want to share something with you. Guys, don't believe, and that's my big, huge message, don't believe that the Mercato will solve all of our problems. Don't believe that. It is impossible. First of all, we need to make the players that we have work, because Koopmeiners, we just mentioned him, but also Douglas Luiz. I need to understand Douglas Luiz. I still don't know at today what is the real position of Douglas Ruiz in this Juventus. Is it in that 4-2-3-1 next to one of the players with Koopmeiners up front? Is he the one up front with Koopmeiners a bit there? Should we change that 4-2-3-1? But I want to see Douglas Ruiz. I really want and I need to see Douglas Ruiz, and I need to see him working and doing well and meeting some expectations next to Koopmeiners. This is fundamental, to have these 2 players that were the big well. Then, if it's a flop, it's a flop, but at least we try. But I want to have, at the end of the season, an objective feedback in saying, I saw Douglas Luiz and he's a flop, we don't need him. Or I can say, I saw him and he's doing well, we need to give him a bit more chance, or he's doing fantastically well, but at least I saw him. So that's the first thing that we need to fix. Then, There are other things that we need to fix. And that's why I'm telling you, Mercato will not solve all of our problems. It's here. The mentality, it's the behavior that needs to change. It's stopping looking for excessive balance when you're looking for that 1-0, when you have that 1-0 lead, because it's not working. I'm the king of balance. I love balance. But if it's not working, because your team is not able to manage that, you need to change something. And the first thing that you need to work with your team, it's here. Today I was reading 5 ex-players, Tacchinardi, for example, that were speaking about Thiago Motta, and they were saying exactly the same things that I was telling you yesterday or live from the stadium after the game in that post-game video. It is not okay, that obsession to win. Again, winning that fighting spirit. Again, winning the spirit that the other ones, they need to fear you, and you in first place, you have no fear. Because if you want the other ones to fear you, you need to be the one that has no fear. And at the moment I feel that Juventus has still a fear mentality, that we are shaking on our legs. At the first negative situation, we collapse, and this needs really to stop. So Juventus, pay attention here, the mind, then let work who we already have, and then Mercato will work and build towards the next step. But if we, Juventini, and hopefully not Giuntoli and not Thiago Motta, they believe that Mercato will solve all our problems, we will be here in 2 months speaking about exactly the same things. Look, Gianluca Vialli passed away 2 years ago on this day. I was reading again about him. I have 2 books from Gianluca Vialli. I had the opportunity to speak with Sergio Brio, with Moreno Terricelli. One coached him because he was assistant coach of Trapattoni. The other ones played with him. I had a lot of time, the opportunity to speak with Ferrara, with Di Livio. They all spoke so well about Gianluca Vialli, and the first thing that they tell me in terms of a word to describe him is leadership. Gianluca Vialli was a real leader. Some even say the biggest, or one of the biggest real captains of Juventus, even more than Del Piero, for maturity, for what he was at that Juve in that specific time. A real man, a real captain, a real leader, what Juventus is missing at the moment. And it's not only in players, At the moment, it's that behavior, that aura of I'm here, I will solve it, no worries. A bit that aura of Marcello Lippi, and I'm not comparing Lippi with Thiago. It's not something that I want to say. It's the average of the club that needs to grow in terms of we are Juventus. This is really what I want to feel. So Mercato, I promised you, mamma mia, it's already too long about other things. So Mercato, where is my defender? That's the big question. Where is my defender? Bremer is injured since October, Cabal since November. We had all the time of the world to figure out a plan. And at the moment, at today, I don't feel a plan because I still see the same situations. Tomori was a name that was a beautiful opportunity. Tomori started with Conceicao. And probably it will be more difficult to have him. So was it a good idea? Maybe yes, but then you had to close the deal before. And we didn't. Antonio Silva, Benfica, they made it clear what their requests are. An obligation to buy at certain condition is the minimum that we are asking. If you're not ready, don't waste time. Because you know it, and I said it in the past, there is always a West Ham behind the corner. So if you're not fast for Antonio Silva, he will go somewhere else, or he will stay there. So close it, but it should already have been closed. Because we know that we need not 1 but 2 defenders. On top of that, if you decide to put Danilo out of project, that means that you need to have a solution ready. And what I feel, so maybe tomorrow they will surprise me, but what I feel is that the solution is not ready. Hanchko, I read today that Juventus will try again in the second half of January, after Feyenoord played like 4 decisive games. Okay, great, fantastic, beautiful to have Hanchko. And what if they say no? And what if we already lost 3 games? He should already have been there in La Continassa. So I'm pissed off. Today I read a new name, Renato Veiga, 21 years old from Chelsea. Who's that guy? With all the respect, it's not about I follow Premier League or not. Who's that guy? Why a new name today? Anyway, the Bomba, before I go with a small tour with you, the Bomba. Dusan Vlahovic, we knew it, we said it. It will be extremely difficult for him to extend his contract with Juve. So that means that he will go until the end of the season with Juve and then probably split roads. Giuntoli said it publicly. We speak with his agent after the transfer market of January, so in the month of February. It looks like today all the pages, Nico Schira, etc., they are saying that there is a real possibility for Dusan to leave. There were some controversy about him smiling after the second goal. Honestly, guys, I saw a few pictures. It's difficult to judge from these pictures. Sometimes you have ironic laugh, sometimes you have nervous laugh. I don't know how to interpret it because I didn't see the images. I mean, the video of that moment, and I'm not in the head of Dusan. But clearly something is broken between Dusan, probably in the management for the contract, Dusan probably with the coach. We remember the words after Serbia. The performance of Dusan, but it's also from both sides, so that Dusan could possibly be on the market already in January is not something that is surprising me more than that. They're speaking about a swap with Kolo Muani. Do you remember? I was the first one to have that news of Kolo Muani interest from Juve, thanks to Juventus. It was, if I'm not wrong, in the beginning of December. Kolo Muani is out of Paris Saint-Germain. They are looking for a team. Paris Saint-Germain was on Dusan Vlahovic. They have everything from Dusan Vlahovic in terms of stats, the studies. A swap could possibly be there. And then we go towards the name of Zirkzee. And please let me know, Dusan Vlahovic to Paris Saint-Germain, Kolo Muani to Juve. Is that something that you would do, yes or no? Let me know in the comment section. Zirkzee, we are waiting for United apparently. We are waiting that they go for Gyökeres, that they go for Osimhen, one of them. That's an invested of 100 million euro. And then we will understand if yes or no they will be free to give on loan a Zirkzee. He would love to come back to his ex-coach. His ex-coach would love to hug him back. And what if they don't find a striker? Then we are here at the end of January without solution because we waited for United. Like we waited for Milik. Apparently, guys, the Milik situation, he was about to come back in January, and then apparently there was a new small injury that actually postponed his comeback. So is it a player that we can count on? At the moment, the facts are saying no. Zirkzee is a player that we can wait for in eternity. No, because we need someone up front. We really need someone up front. And that is bar the swap Dusan Vlahovic, Kolo Muani, or Dusan Vlahovic, whatever other striker. If this happens, you still need another player because Milik, I don't know how long we will be able to count on him. So guys, mercato, mercato, mercato. Crazy, 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 beautiful, 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 but we have a lot of things to fix. Dai, let me go with you 1 second to do a small tour and then we close the video. So you see here, it's outside, you see, it's a beautiful terrace with some palm trees, which is really beautiful. I will show you. Now they stop, of course, the breakfast in the morning. Here you have another part of the breakfast where they are warming up, you know, kind of oven barbecue. It's really beautiful. And here we go towards the football bar before going to the reception. You see, it's really beautiful. With a snooker table, you see the logo here of Juventus Football Club at the snooker. You see, I will show you, you have a lot of big screens with a football. Let me show you, it's a really typically English UK with these red phone booths. Beautiful bar. It's huge, it's really huge. I will try to record a video here in another moment, and then we will try to go towards the reception. I don't know where we need to go from, just to show you, and then we close the video and we say goodbye. Let me see. No, it's not that way. It's the other way. Hey. But it's a really cozy place. It's open until 12, until, let me see if this is the entrance. Yeah, it's here. So here you have another kind of bar, really more chill, where you have also a sponsorship with Starbucks, which you have some coffees. It's really nice, really cozy, and then you have the really beautiful reception here. You see it with the elevators, the reception that is really, really beautifully decorated. The hospitality, as I told you a lot of time, is fantastic in Saudi Arabia. So thank you guys. We see each other later.